Wednesday with your girl Jillian. If you're new here to this channel, welcome to Java and Journeys with Jillian, where we are doing our live stream every Wednesday as a part of our Walk and Talk Wednesday, because y'all know we eat really well on this channel, so we also got to get a little, fitness in. And so the whole intention behind Walk and Talk Wednesdays are just to take a jaunt around our favorite theme parks here in Orlando. And while we are taking our little walks at our theme park faves, we're just taking a look at the views. We're having a little chit chat and all around good old time. So I hope you all have laced up your walking shoes or cozy up. If you're here on the East Coast, this is the end of a work day for you. So go ahead, get settled in. Let this be your live stream that you're listening to as you are driving home, or hey, if you are working from home, there is nothing wrong with cozying up on the couch with your favorite beverage. If I was not doing this walk and talk, y'all already know I would be reaching for an iced cold Java, preferably some type of iced espresso, because your girl could always use a pick-me-up at the end of the day. Y'all, it is insane right now in Florida in terms of the weather. We are full on in hurricane season. And so right now it has just been a downpour after downpour each and every day. So if you guys are unfamiliar with what hurricane season is like here in Florida, it starts like somewhere around, I would say, the end of May through to like beginning of October, late September. So around that time frame. And what typically happens over here is that we get these torrential downpours that will probably last a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then it'll ease up. Y'all can see the clouds. Y'all see how ominous this looks. So it was just pouring. I'm actually shocked that I'm able to log on time, because it was looking a little grim there. But with the rain going on, and there's been a lot of severe lightning, so some of the rides that are outdoors, maybe even some of the indoor rides, are probably temporarily delayed just at the moment until it is safer out here. So I hope that wherever you're at in the US or somewhere out there in the world, that you are not experiencing this crazy weather, that you are in a drier place and, of course, comfy, unless you are taking this walk with me. Now, what are we going to talk about today, y'all? We're going to get into just a few high-level topics. I'm going to catch up with you all around like my recent posts that I would love for you to check out when the time is available to you. Why not after this live stream? And then also just some things that are happening, right? We have the drop of the new Nintendo Switch 2. Are you all buying a Switch 2? Are your coins up right now for Nintendo? So I would love to hear from you. Drop down in the comments. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Walk and Talk Wednesday. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. And y'all, we are just beginning. We're going to get on this walk. Initially, I was feeling a little skeptical. So if there are any stores that you all want me to go into during this walk and talk, let me know. I can show you all the Wicked store. We're going to talk about that as one of our other topics as well. So Nintendo Switch, we're going to talk about Wicked for Good, which is the second trailer that just dropped. And of course, the second part of Wicked is going to come out later this fall, late November. I want to say November 21st to be exact. So for all of my Wicked fans out there, stay tuned for that. Should be exciting, with the talents of Miss Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande herself. So, yeah, if there's any places you want me to walk into, let me know. Are you excited? I am excited for the part 2 film. The part 1 was really good. And if you happen to miss my last walk and talk where we briefly highlighted Wicked, I was just like, I don't know that I can rewatch part 1 multiple times, because I don't like seeing bullying. I didn't like how they were treating my girl Elphaba. So I am looking forward to seeing the conclusion, which I've seen the Broadway show, so I know how it ends. Hi, what's up, Toxic Dreamer? Thank you for joining. Y'all, I think we're okay. The rain has stopped, even though the clouds look crazy out here. So I'm going to go ahead and get on this walk and talk. No, we do not have a Pop Mart that I am aware of. What is Pop Mart, Sam? Educate the people. What is Pop Mart? I would love to hear about that. And y'all, again, let me know if you are planning a trip to Universal Florida. Keep me posted. And, we're here for the views, right, at Universal. So I'm going to flip my camera around so you all can see. Y'all see how crazy Look how crazy this looks. Oh, where you can get like the figurines. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. No, so I don't think Universal has any type of Pop Smart or Pop Mart store with all those like pop figures, but that would be really cool. I would not be shocked if some of the stores have some sort of like Universal specific like pop figurine. Oh, thank you so much. No, I haven't. Is that like your favorite character, Sam? Like, let me know. I would not be shocked if like Universal has some of those figurines in a lot of these stores. There are so many. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I have never been into a Pop Mart. I have seen a lot of those figurines, and I'll tell you all, this is like very timely, Sam, that you bring this up, because when I was at DreamCon, which for y'all that do not know what DreamCon is, like, check out my videos that I've just recently posted with my travels to Houston going to DreamCon. But someone was actually dressed as like a Storm, like pop figurine, as like cosplay, and it looked so awesome. And I'm hoping to post that picture of what that looked like in like one of my later long form content videos that I upload. So if you all have missed it, I want to start off really quick by talking about some of the more recent videos I've posted, more notably my travels to Houston. Check that out, because y'all, we went to DreamCon and we had a good old time. If you're unfamiliar with DreamCon, I talked about it in my prior live stream, and of course with my more recent videos that I posted. But DreamCon is essentially this conference that's tailored toward those that are anime lovers, content creators, gamers. If you fall within those buckets, or let's just say maybe you have a design eye, definitely DreamCon is for you. And it's also tailored toward those with underrepresented backgrounds. So it was really nice to be in a company of other talented Black folk. So I absolutely had a blast in Houston. And y'all, the weather in Houston was very similar to what the weather is right now, like post this torrential thunderstorm that we just went through. Like, y'all, it was hot, humid, but it felt like a walk in the park at times, because I think it is definitely more humid here in Florida than it is in Houston, Texas. But y'all, here is Mel's, and I have been to the Mel's Die-In during Halloween Horror Nights, but this is one of, like, for those of you that are unfamiliar with Universal, a popular place to eat here. I've actually never gone in Mel's for just to hang out or to grab like dinner or lunch if ever I'm visiting Universal. But a lot of folks tend to like it. I just had like a burger and it was okay. But just wanted to show you all, to give you that quick peek of one of the many things you can do here at Universal. And going back, I just got back from Houston not that long ago. I want to say it's been like a little over a week now, which is kind of insane. And coming off of DreamCon, I have posted a survey. I may have to repost it on YouTube. And being surrounded by so many anime enthusiasts, like y'all, I do love a good anime, but I'm not like a anime super fan, if that makes any sense. But there are a few anime shows that I have been watching on Netflix, like Delicious in Dungeon is really awesome. Scotty Moto Days. While I was at DreamCon, this was actually on my way back. There were a couple of folks that I ran into that also went to DreamCon, and they just like gave me that kind of list of anime shows to tune into. So Naruto was definitely one, Demon Slayer, and a few other recommendations. So I posted a survey recently just asking, like, for those of you all that are anime enthusiasts, what should I watch? Should I watch Naruto? I know that that one is super popular. Of course, one of my kind of old fan favorites, love Pokemon, love Sailor Moon, love Dragon Ball Z. Although, like, my grown self going back over Sailor Moon, y'all, I was like, Sailor Moon is a hot mess. Not the show itself or the animation, but the character Serena, who is Sailor Moon, hot mess. Hot mess express. And I'm like, how did I love this as a kid? Because Serena is so annoying, but I love Sailor Moon, and I love the concept of having like baddies, of course, like save the world. And I love the fact that like the other Sailor Scouts like hold Serena accountable for her nonsense, because she is crazy. So if there's any anime that you recommend, let me know. But coming back from Houston, I personally am like just happy to be back in my own bed, but I miss DreamCon and I am looking forward to going in 2026. And of course, you know, I'm going to be taking you all along with me. So if you're just joining, welcome to Walk and Talk Wednesdays with Java and Journey. This is our weekly live stream and we are filming live from Universal, Florida. And now that we've talked a little bit high level about DreamCon and how good of a time I had, I'm now back. I want to get into some of the tea, right? Wicked for Good just came out. And if y'all are excited about Wicked, like I know I am, drop down in the comments, let me know. Like, are you looking forward to it? I have seen the Broadway show, and I mentioned this earlier. Should y'all see that lightning? Y'all, this weather is wild. This is wild. So we're going to hurry up and get a good walk in because we may have to end our live stream a little bit earlier, but we're going to keep staying the course until it starts pouring rain and I'll duck into an awning or something. Y'all know I'm still going to connect with you. I have seen the Broadway show, so I'm not going to do any spoilers on this live stream, but I know how it ends. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out on the, you know, big silver screen. But for those of you all that are unfamiliar with some of my content, I'll tell you all, your girl is over going to the movie theaters. I used to love going to the movie theaters. And I've mentioned this before in some of my other videos that, like, I don't know if it's because we're coming out of, you know, the pandemic. We've been out of it for some time. I think some people have forgotten like how to behave in public or whatever. But I have found that the last few times I have gone to the movie theater, people's bad behavior have completely ruined the experience. And y'all, just quick pause. We are passing through Simpsons land. So we are going through this area right now. And I do like Simpsons Land, although I'm going to be honest with you all. Typically, when I come to Universal, I don't really, like, I just kind of walk straight through. My sister, she has played some of the, like, Simpsons Carnival games, especially during Halloween Horror Nights when we're out here. But, like, otherwise, I don't really like the Simpsons ride. It is not my favorite, but that is mostly because, to me, it needs to be updated. It's a little boring, but the pre-show is awesome. The pre-show was good. So if you are coming out to Universal, I would definitely recommend, if you've never done the Simpsons ride, do it, right? And you will see what I'm talking about. Because it's not the greatest. But, you know, I think, and I don't, if my co-producer was with me, he could tell me a little bit more about this. But I know that previously, what was the Simpsons ride was like Back to the Future. And I want to say that that was the case in Universal Hollywood in California. I don't know if that's the same case for the Florida location. He would know that. And he's like, he and my sister Whitney are living their best life around here while I am talking with you all. So I'll have to ask him if that was the same thing that they refurbished or changed what was Back to the Future. And y'all, Men in Black is straight ahead. I also don't really, y'all are like, girl, are you happy with any of the rides? I don't really care for Men in Black either. But y'all, let me tell you why. Let me tell you for why. So the reason why I don't really care for Men in Black is because I have really bad motion sickness, and Men in Black just like triggers that motion sickness a little bit. But I could probably swallow up the motion sickness and try to put up with it if the ride itself was fun, because it's like a shooting ride and it's not good. This is me. This is my perspective, because my co-producer, aka husband, loves Men in Black. Like, he'll get on it, but I'm just like, it ain't for me. It ain't for me, babe. I wish it was, but it triggers my motion sickness, and I find that the shooting in it is not that great. This is my perspective. But let me know if you have been on Men in Black before and you've come out here to Universal. Do you like Men in Black? I just love the films, don't like the ride. So I'm okay if this one goes. That is like my perspective. Universal's like, we're shutting down Men in Black. I'm like, yes, put in something that is awesome and that's not at all the same functionality of this ride. So those are the two rides that I like least. I think at Universal Studios, I don't like Simpsons. I don't like Men in Black. But of course, y'all know I love me some Harry Potter. I love Forbidden Journey. One of my faves. Love Hagrid's, although Hagrid's is in Islands of Adventure, not Universal Studios, but all kind of connected. Y'all know what I mean? So, Anywho, going back to what we're talking about with the movie theater, people have lost their minds, y'all. Like the etiquette. And when I was younger, I was much more of a hothead. So I would say something if someone was disrupting my movie theater experience, because y'all know, like in this economy, especially, going to the movies is not cheap. By the time you spend money on tickets, by the time you get your popcorn, by the time you get the rest of your concessions, like you have dropped some coin, especially if you're buying it for like a friend or kids or partner or whatever. So I'm like, no. Oh, y'all, look at these fun posters. So this is a wall over here and they have Flintstones. Oh my gosh, y'all. Have you seen the Flintstones? I used to love Flintstones. I remember that movie with Rosie O'Donnell. Land Before Time, another classic. I can't believe this is 1988. So crazy. And there was like multiple Land Before Times, but I only saw the first one. The first is the best. We were just talking about Back to the Future. So, you know, we stand for our boy Marty McFly. Love all three Back to the Futures, although the first one is the best one. Actually, the second one is really awesome too, E.T., which I love the ride here for E.T. It's kind of crazy. Oh my gosh, y'all. Feifel Goes West, An American Tale. This is like the stuff dreams are made of for me. This is like sending me back to my childhood. Despicable Me, which of course is a great Universal film. Love Despicable Me. Drop that in the comments, y'all. Let me know. I've never actually seen National Lampoon's Animal House. But the rest of those movies are incredible. And y'all, look at this amazing view of Simpsons. And so, yeah, so people have pretty much ruined the theater experience with me with their like antics. So y'all, I can't do it. I'm probably going to do what I almost did. So the last time I went to the theater was actually for the first Wicked. And so my sister and I got tickets. My mom was in town. This was during the holiday season. And so y'all, we waited, like we were not like amongst the first groups of people to see Wicked when it first came out. We waited till like basically unbeknownst to us a good like week or two before they completely brought it over to streaming. And Whitney and I were so irritated because we were like, oh my God, we could have saved our coin and just watched Wicked from the comforts of our home. And we did not have the greatest experience at the theater. And again, this time I would say it wasn't that anyone did anything wrong. It just was not a great experience for the amount of money we paid. So for me, I'm like, I'm good. I am patient, y'all. I typically, unless there is something just phenomenal about a certain film, I will wait till it comes out. And I'm at peace with that. I don't need to be like the first to see a certain movie. I'm like, I'll wait. I'm good. Y'all, let's go into Harry Potter universe. But do you go to the movie theaters? Drop down in the comments and let me know what was the last movie you've seen. And are you someone that's still a fan of the movie theater experience? Because there's nothing wrong if you still find joy out of going to the movies. I just wish that it brought me more joy when I was younger. I used to live at the movie theater, and now I'm just like, And y'all, the last time we did our Walk and Talk Wednesday here, I was waiting for the dragon, but I actually don't know that the dragon is going to be breathing any fire because of the lightning. They may have turned that off. Because can y'all imagine if like lightning struck while this thing was blowing out fire? So I don't know that it's actually going to do anything, although we have a lot of people lined up here. So I'm trying to see if anything is going to happen. I just find it hard to believe that something is, but we'll wait. We'll take a little break. If you're walking with me, we'll take a little pause right now, take a little breather. Y'all see that lightning? Yeah, I doubt it. This dragon is not going to be breathing any fire, y'all. So I said a little break. We're just going to keep it moving. I always get my hopes up that I can capture this on camera when I'm live streaming with you all because it's so cool to see it. But I'm like, I doubt that they're going to have that functionality when the weather is the way it is right now. Y'all, Gringotts, Escape from Gringotts, one of the best rides here as well. I would say the rides in like the Harry Potter section are all bangers. Well, most of them are bangers. I forget the one. It's like a little mini roller coaster. That one's all right. It's not terrible, but it's just a small little roller coaster. So, y'all, look at this. I love the Harry Potter land here. And Wizarding World, Epic Universe, which, y'all, I think I said that that was also going to be a topic as well. The Wizarding World is like pretty amazing. Okay, y'all, our dragon is making noises. But yeah, I don't think he's going to be breathing the fire, y'all. Oh my God, y'all, that scared the crap out of me. I didn't think it was going to happen. So we kind of caught a little bit of that. Woo! I was like, I hear the noises. I didn't think he was actually going to do it, and he did it. Okay, so it wasn't the perfect shot, but we saw a little bit of that, right? We saw a little bit. Oh my God, that scared the crap out of me because I didn't actually think it was going. I thought it was just going to make the noise and go through the motions. But y'all, I guess they're still keeping that part of the experience locked in online. And y'all, we're walking back through Diagon Alley, and this is just incredible. But I was saying that the Wizarding World at Epic Universe is also really cool, but it is definitely Parisian, French themed. So if you haven't seen any content about Epic Universe, check out my videos. I have like 3 separate experiences posted about Epic. And let me know too, if you are planning to go to Epic Universe, would love to hear about it. And if you have been to Epic Universe, let me know, what was your experience? What did you think? Did you have a great time? Were you able to actually ride a lot of great rides, or did you feel like you got kind of caught up in a lot of closures and delays? Because in weather like this, y'all, let me tell you, Epic Universe is going to be in some straight up trouble because it is such an incredible park. It is visually stunning. They have some great rides, some great attractions, but y'all, a lot of their rides are outdoors. I don't know what the designers, the team behind Epic Universe, I don't know what they were thinking and why they didn't do more to actually have more covered areas and even do a better job of covering some of the rides. I understand that, like, just logistically and from a cost perspective, that, you know, you're going to have some outdoor experiences. That's okay. But like, to have most of your rides be so dependent on being outdoors, like, it is a recipe for disaster, because what's going to happen is when we're in hurricane season, like what we're in right now, and you all see what this weather is giving, people are going to have very few things that they can actually do. Really, the best that you can do is try to find one of the enclosed experiences or shows. So like the Untrainable Dragon show in How to Train Your Dragon, or going to the Le Cirque Arcanu show that's located in the Wizarding World. Like, you'll have options like that. And there's a couple other rides that are indoors, like Ministry of Magic, Battle at the Ministry of Magic. But the problem is that, especially for Battle, that's the only ride that's in the Wizarding World right now. As a matter of fact, of all the kind of like universes within Epic Universe, I would say the Wizarding World needs the most work in terms of having more things to do. There's places to eat. You have Battle at the Ministry, and you have the Le Cirque Arcanu circus show experience, but like, that's it. And so imagine you have a theme park that has thousands of people crammed in. People are hot. The only options are going to like Mario Kart, because that's covered, trying to pick like the few rides that are indoors, or like sitting your butt down in one of the quick service restaurants. Like, that's really the best you can do. So be prepared. If you are going to Epic Universe, especially during hurricane season right now, like, do some meditation. Maybe if you believe in the power of crystals, bring a couple of crystals with you, because you are going to have to just breathe through it, because you will get frustrated. I'm going to tell you that right now, without a doubt. There are going to be moments where you're going to be frustrated because it's going to pour rain and it is going to be lightning. These occurrences happen like practically daily in Florida at this point. And so, you know, they're going to delay these attractions until all of it passes. So just be prepared for that and try to plan around it, especially the day of, when you're looking at the weather. And, you know, you can kind of get an idea of what times there's going to be a lot of excessive heavy rain. So try to plan around that, but you all know it's an estimate, right? The meteorologists do their best to make a decision on what time frame these things are going to happen. So it's not going to be perfect. So just be prepared and be mentally ready. So y'all, Epic Universe is epic, but it also has some epic issues it needs to figure out, because I'm like, it's going to be a mess. It is going to be a mess. But outside of that, so we talked a little about Wicked for Good. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I am not going to go see it in the movie theater unless someone gives me a free ticket. And I'm just going to wait for it to come out on streaming. So y'all will probably revisit it and talk about it like... Y'all are gonna be like, girl, you were always a day late and a dollar short. It is what it is. But like, do I bring you joy? I hope that answer is yes. And if that is the case, don't forget to like and subscribe and support your girl. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And for those of you all who have subscribed, who have been watching, who have been hanging out, especially in our Walk and Talk Wednesdays, thank you so much. I am so grateful, because I recognize that you could watch anyone and you could be getting your content from a whole host of options, but they ain't like your girl. They're just not. So thank you so much for supporting, tuning in. This is a channel that brings me a lot of joy. I love my walk and talks with you all. So I appreciate all the support. So I am hoping to hit our 10,000 subscriber goal before the end of 2025. So continue to support, continue to like, share, and subscribe. But let's get back to the views, right? So we've talked a little bit about Wicked. We have talked a little bit about Epic Universe. We have not talked about the Nintendo Switch. So are you all planning on getting a Switch? You have to let me know. I think I said this in my description. Your girl's trying to get her coins right, because I just spent my bank account's worth. I've offered up my firstborn to go see the Queen, saw Queen Bee, check out my experience in Chicago, went to DreamCon, and though your girl was bougie on a budget, and we flew Spirit to Houston, my sister and I flew back from Houston on Frontier. PSA, don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. It's one thing to be bougie on a budget. It's another thing to be reckless. Do you all hear me? Don't do Frontier unless you are in a desperate situation and you are trying to get to your destination. And let's just say that Frontier is the only airline you could take that offers you a great price, that is direct, that hits that time that you're trying to go. I can't guarantee that you're going to fly at the time that is the departure states, but hopefully you'll get there. If you want to take that risk, I feel you. I get it. We have all been there. But y'all, listen to your cousin. Listen to Cuzzo. Do not take Frontier unless you are in a desperate situation. I will recommend Breeze. I will recommend Spirit. I actually had a really good experience on Spirit. So check out my video. I could recommend a Velo. I'm not adverse, y'all. We're bougie on a budget, and we are not above taking a budget airline. I'm never above that. Frontier, I will never fly Frontier again unless I'm in a desperate place and they are literally my only option. That is it, y'all. If you have flown Frontier, drop down in the comments. I talked about my travel experience in my last live stream, but I'm so curious. Did you have a good experience? Would you recommend it? Should your girl give it another shot? I'm going to be real. It's a no for me, dog. It's an absolute no. But we've talked about these experiences, right? And so with all the coins that I've spent, even with us being bougie on a budget and trying to save our money by doing the budget airlines, I still am like, everything costs money, right? We have some exciting trips and travel that's going to be happening later in the fall, especially around Halloween. So super excited to take you all along those adventures when that happens. But y'all, it is like, at least in the US, the cost of a Switch 2 is somewhere, if I'm not mistaken, between $400, $500, around that range, depending on, the specs of your Switch. Are you including Mario Kart World? Y'all, I want to play Mario Kart World so bad. And I was a sucker for the campaign that they did. And they show, I think Paul Rudd was in it, and they showed him playing with his other, celebrity friends or whatever. And they had the camera, and they were it was this awesome experience where everyone could see each other, kind of like if you're streaming with your friends, right? But everyone could see each other playing and reacting to their competitive race in Mario Kart World. And I'm like, oh, I want a Switch so bad just so I could play Mario Kart World. And so y'all, I don't know. I don't want to spend the coin. I don't. Like, I'm like, I don't want to spend another $500 for a system, especially when we have travel coming up. The summer, we're very early in the summer right now. We're only like, at this point, as you all are seeing this, we're still in early June, right? And so, y'all, I don't know. Like, there's so much, like, Disney is perpetually in a state of taking my coin. So I don't know. Are you going to get a Nintendo Switch 2? Are you going to drop the dough for it? I'm really curious. Let me know. Or have you already purchased one? If you have, congratulations. Do you love it? Let me know. What do you think about your Nintendo Switch 2? If I do get a Nintendo Switch, y'all, I will have to show you an unboxing. I had purchased the Lenovo Legion like some time ago. See, this is what happens. I'm now questioning my choice to get the Lenovo Legion. I probably should have gotten the Steam Deck, but that's neither here nor there. And I got really lazy and never filmed the unboxing. I kind of regret that a little bit. And y'all, let me pause. Behind me is Rip Ride Rocket. Let me actually show you all this coaster. And again, because of the lightning that you're seeing in this stream, they have the ride closed just for now until this weather clears up. But y'all, Rip Ride Rocket, this is actually going to be shut down as of August 18th. So if you are coming to Universal before August 18th, get your last rides on Rip Ride Rocket because this ride is going bye-bye. We have been experiencing and capturing a lot of closures across our favorite theme parks. So if you happen to miss my last live stream that actually was in Hollywood Studios at Disney World, the Muppets Land, that is officially shut down. You all have seen my adventure taking you to Dino Land USA, where they have shut that down. At Disney's Animal Kingdom, y'all, there's a lot of things that are changes that are happening. Our parks are evolving. So just word to the wise, if you're coming out here before August 18th, enjoy your last rides on Rip Ride Rocket. Take your pictures, capture some of your favorite memories because that ride is going to be coming to a close. So yeah, if I do end up getting a Switch, I will definitely let you all know, but your girl is not going to get one anytime soon. Now, my sister, who is an avid gamer, she may get one at some point. Something that's really cool, just so you all know, if you want to upgrade your system, if you have a Switch, you can always contact Best Buy. They will do trade-ins and see how much they will give you for your Switch. You can apply that to the cost of a Nintendo Switch 2. So that's certainly an option. I had a Switch Lite. So I thought, should I trade that in? Because you can't play Mario Kart on the old Switch devices, which really sucks because I'm like, I don't. So let's be real. We have to talk real. I want to get into gaming, but y'all, like, your girl is booked and busy. I wish that this was my full-time job, is spending time with you all and take you all out on these journeys. We're going to manifest it. I hope that is the direction that my content creating career takes me in the future. But you have to play the long game when it comes to these kinds of things. And so me being aware that I have to play the long game and put that hard work into this, which I am fully prepared to do, y'all, it's hard. It is so hard because I don't have the time. I don't have enough time in the day. So I want to do gaming. My sister's definitely like the gamer, so check her out. Her handle on YouTube is Whitney15, like WHIT_NEE15, and she is really good at games. So it makes sense for her to get a Switch 2. For me, what will happen is I'll get a Switch 2 and it's going to sit. I don't think my co-producer will allow that to happen because he would be playing Mario Kart. But if you are someone that has a Switch and you're actually like interested in upgrading, see what Best Buy is going to give it to you. See if you can apply that to a cost of a Switch. And then if your coins are right, make that decision if you want to get one or not. I would love to play Mario Kart World. So you all have to tell me if you are planning on getting a Switch. Let me know. If you've purchased a Switch and you love it, let me know. I know they also have made, like, I want to say 22 games available to Switch, like Zelda and a few of our other faves. And so let me know, is it worth it? I just don't know. I've heard really great things about it. And my co-producer was telling me on our way here to Universal that Nintendo has managed to sell over 3 million units worldwide, which I think exceeded their expectations considering what's happening globally, and the issues, especially with tariffs and things like that here in the US. So we're not going to get into the politics, but things are getting more expensive to cover the cost of shipping these items. So the fact that they were able to sell 3 million units is pretty impressive. So hats off to Nintendo. Y'all, the closest thing to a Switch I'm going to get to right now is going to the Super Nintendo Superstore that they just opened recently at City Walk, right outside of the park. So that's the closest thing I'm going to get to a Nintendo Switch right now. So y'all let me know. I should probably try to take back all the merch that I purchased. And if I took back all my merch, y'all, that I purchased from Epic Universe, if it was unused, and if I traded in my Switch, I may be able to actually pay for about half the cost of the Switch too. This is how you have to think about how you spend your funds. But y'all, we have been talking, like y'all know, I try to keep my walk and talks to about 30 minutes. But, you know, we've made it. We made it to the end. It's still lightning. The weather still looks very ominous. I have enjoyed this walk and talk with you. So pray y'all that I don't get struck by lightning or I don't get caught up in another like round of downpour. We're going to continue to enjoy Universal Studios in Florida. Please don't hesitate to like, subscribe, share, follow your girl. If you are planning on coming out here, whether that's to Epic Universe or Universal Studios, let me know. I'm always more than happy to give you tips, so don't hesitate to connect with me on YouTube. And if I ever expand to other social media, that's the long-term goal, I will let you all know where else you can find me and interact with me. Until our next walk and talk, this is your girl with Java and Journeys with Jillian. We are going to try to survive this weather and enjoy the rest of our time here at Universal Studios Florida. Have a good one. Stay dry out there. Bye.